The vibration came at 11:47 p.m., not a phone call, a text. Her eyes moved to it before she could control herself. It's just a fraction of a second, barely noticeable, but enough. She didn't reach for the phone. She didn't have to. She already knew the message by heart. We sat far apart on the sofa, the television whispering into an empty room. The smell of the meal I'd prepared still hung in the air, untouched, abandoned on her plate. She took a slow breath, the kind people take right before stepping into freezing water. "I need to find out if size actually matters," she said. Her tone casual, rehearsed. "You'll never find out. Don't worry." I waited, expecting the joke. The pause where she'd laugh and say she was kidding. Nothing followed. My pulse didn't race. It didn't crash. It leveled out flat, precise like a ruler drawn across paper. "Okay," I replied. That was all. She blinked once, then again, as if she were waiting for me to crack, to shout, to beg. When I didn't, her mouth curved into a smile, relief mixed with something close to pride. The phone vibrated again. I watched the glow wash over her face while she pretended not to notice it. Something inside me shifted quietly, like furniture. Being moved in the dark? We'd been married for 9 years. Long enough to recognize each other's breathing and sleep. It's long enough to hear when a sentence had been practiced beforehand. That sentence had been, she broke it down like an academic. Study. No identities. No specifics. Just curiosity presented as honesty. "I just need certainty," she said. "This isn't about you." That's usually how dishonesty introduces itself. I nodded. I asked her if she wanted tea. Inside my head, a counter started running, not numbers, but signs, longer showers. Her phone tucked under her pillow at night. Girls' nights, suddenly. Requiring new clothes? I didn't interrogate her. Questions alert people. Instead, I observed, her laughter changed. It sharpened, sounded younger, as though she'd borrowed confidence that didn't belong to her. She stopped touching me altogether, not out of revulsion, but neutrality, like I'd become the control group in her experiment. I began sleeping lightly, not because I was scared, because I was alert. The night she said she was going out, she kissed my cheek and told me not to stay awake for her. I told her to enjoy herself. She walked out smiling. I stayed awake. I don't believe in coincidence. So when her cloud storage synced to the home server, something she never knew I'd set up high, didn't feel fortunate. I felt validated. Messages. Flirting stripped of tenderness. Comparisons spoken casually like shopping lists. One name appearing often enough to feel familiar. A man from her past. Someone nearby. I didn't consume it all at once. I copied pieces, letting the truth drip instead of drown me. I matched dates with locations. Checked timelines against the nights she claimed to be with friends. Pulled phone. Records. Nothing theatrical, just repetition. Then I took another step. I invited someone over, not him, her sister. I asked harmless questions about the past, about people she once mentioned, about names she defended with unusual intensity. One name made her sister hesitate. That was enough. I thanked her, walked her out, and closed the door, knowing exactly what shape this had taken. This wasn't curiosity. It was revival. The following Friday, she came home after midnight. I stood in the kitchen with the lights off, listening as the key turned, the door opened. She stopped cold because I wasn't alone. The man beside me was taller, older, steady in the way men become after life teaches them consequences. Her father. He'd arrived an hour earlier. I'd told him everything, shown him enough. He looked at her as if he were reaching the final page of a story he'd prayed wouldn't repeat itself. "What's happening?" she whispered. I handed her my phone. The messages were already open, marked, highlighted, organized. She didn't scroll far. Color drained from her face. "This isn't," she began. Her father lifted a hand. She stopped. My voice was calm. "You wanted to test." "A theory," I said. So did I. I slid an envelope across the counter. Divorce papers. Completed. Assets outlined. Her signature line waiting. I needed to know whether respect actually matters, I continued. "You'll never know how." Long I knew. Don't worry. her body folded into a chair. Her father remained standing. "I didn't raise you this way," he said, not angry, just disappointment sharpened into something precise. She reached for me. I stepped back. That single motion shattered her more than shouting ever could. She tried negotiating, apologizing, rewriting the past. I let her talk. Then I told her what she never expected to hear. "He was never coming here," I said. "I didn't want drama. I wanted clarity." She looked up, confused. "I already know what he looks like," I added. "And it was never about size." Her lips parted, closed. "It was about emptiness," I finished. "And that's something you carried with you."
Ow.
Her father asked if I needed anything. I said no. He hugged me once longer, firmer than necessary, then left. I stayed just long enough to pack, not angrily, methodically. When I reached the door, she was sitting on the kitchen floor, crying without sound. I didn't turn around. Some experiments don't require conclusions. They require endings. Outside, the night air felt clean, biased, honest. As I walked toward my car, something settled into place. She needed to measure herself against someone else to feel larger. I measured the truth and found exactly what I needed to know. I drove away without music, without regret, with only space and silence that finally belonged to.